Hi everyone, my name is Millard Fillmore Reno Davis. I'm setting up this YouTube site, and my younger brother and I are setting up a website to help veterans, come together, tell their stories. We're going to cover a lot of topics. This topic here is for me to get to know you guys, and then what we expect and what the website's about. I think that all veterans, and if you're a spouse of a veteran overseas, same thing. You call or email, we'll give you the truth about, what you want to know. And based on my military experience, I have 2 combat medals, a NATO medal, I have 9 service medals in all, and a couple citations from a rear admiral. So I'm not enough of bragging about me. This website's for you guys. Myself, I have written a book. I can't mention the title yet until Arthur House is done with it and it's out for publication. Sorry. So and then as soon as it is, we'll get it on the website with a link to Arthur House's link. And I think that you will find it amazing. It's about the last 3.5 years of my life in and out of the VA, and we'll get to that. I might even dip into a little bit of the story. Hopefully we can get more of you guys to email your story, write a letter, have a loved one call. You can call, it doesn't matter. And we'll try to get that information all on YouTube and our website, which is VA Veteran, singular, stories.com. So VA Veteran Stories.com. Okay, and both the website and the YouTube will be interconnected, and we'll post all these links for all these good folks out there that are willing to help veterans. I was near homeless myself, so I'm on the comeback trail. All right, so that's what the website's about. If you want to know more, please feel free to email me with an email attachment here on the YouTube page, and eventually it'll make its way to our webpage again, vaveteranstories.com. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out a little bit about my story. I'm a petrochemical nuclear engineer, more administration, and ever since I left the Navy and went back to school, I've done very well for myself. Fortuitous events led me up to 2012, where I had I took myself to the VA and Shreveport, Louisiana, to the emergency room, and I had a bleeding ulcer that was making me throw up so much for a few weeks, and then eventually I had esophageal varices blowout. That's the vein in your esophagus that just basically, it's half exposed and it burst, and it started flooding my stomach, which is a natural laxative, and it makes you throw up a lot. In fact, I was down to my last unit of blood, and then my spleen ruptured, and then my liver stopped working, and there were some other complex issues, but I was laid up in the VA for 4 months right across from the nursing station, so I got to hear the doctors and nurses talking about different issues from their view of the VA from a working standpoint. And some of the middle management would come around, and you would hear them having conversations with doctors on what to do with veterans that need medical care, but if they have a 50-50 chance of living or dying, case by case, they all are. They're not interested in dumping a bunch of money in the veteran who is there. And at one point, I was there, 50-50 chance. Still am. Ridiculous. But enough about me. Let's go on. Okay. Companies that we do and don't like, that's going to be an ongoing segment. And we'll mention a few here at the end. And we'll also mention, like I said, the people or institutions or folks out there that'll help you outside the VA have no connection, and they actually care. I'm currently attending a hospital, David Raines, and it's for lower income families, and they're doing what the VA says they couldn't do and refused to do, thereby once again saving my life. And so it's not a good feeling when people tell you on a daily basis, you know, if you're gonna live or die. You guys know what I'm talking about. Also, if you're a veteran and you're active service, feel free. Or your spouse is home, she's worried about you. You know, feel free. Have me email us, and we'll try to respond to a lot of emails that we can. We'll keep it short. So at this point, I guess I've told you a little about myself, a little bit about the website. It's going to grow. It's going to grow quick. We're going to get as much information out there to help you folks. And I worked with a recruiting station here where I live in Ruston, Louisiana, with a chief naval chief nuclear, and I went down and was doing things with them, helping them recruit kids. You know, most recruiters, if they get you in there, you guys all know how it is. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear, just to get your signature, and then they don't care about you. A lot of folks ask me what to expect, what I think, what they should move toward, you know, as far as careers afterwards, and basic training, anything. So and I've had quite a few mothers where their sons were joining the military, and they wanted to know, you know, the details, not the lies, not the advertisements and whatnot, which are great. And I love my military, I love my Navy, and I love veterans. Quick story. I guess we could use this to segue into one of those vendors that suck, that we don't like. Was in Walmart, and I was in line, and I was in one of those little electric scooters because I couldn't walk from the edema. I took a nasty spill, hurt my leg, and I was at the register, and a lady was in line in front of me with just one item, and I only had like 4. And I just asked her, I said, "Ma'am, would it be too much if I ask if I just go in front of you, you know, to get everybody out of the way and stop backing up the line?" And she said no. And I dressed like I am now, Navy baseball cap, dog tags, my Navy jacket, and a much older gentleman from the Vietnam era. He had put his hand on my shoulder and had quite the grip. And then he said to me, "Thank you for your service." And he said it loud enough to make that lady basically feel guilty for hopefully for the rest of the day. So if you see a veteran in line at the store and it looks like they're having a little trouble struggling around like I do, you know, please let them in front of you, help them out, ask if they need help. So a lot of us veterans don't like to ask for help. It's just kind of our medium. We're built into it. We don't like to ask for help because we see it as a sign of weakness. But hey, if you offer, some of us will take it. So, all right. So let me go ahead and give you guys some of these names and venues, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. And I promise you, every week on Monday, about this time, between 5 and 8 o'clock, we'll have posted and improved our website, and we will respond to emails, letters, and if you send an email or a letter with your number, I'll call you back, and we'll have an in-depth discussion, put you on speaker so everybody else can get involved. So again, I want to reiterate, this is not a political site. There's a lot of folks that are responsible for things, and veterans that are responsible for what they need to do. So I'm no politician whatsoever. I just want to make sure that this whole thing doesn't blow up and become a political issue. My younger brother is very well versed in up-to-date political media type stuff. Myself, I'm I'm like most veterans. I just keep to myself and let those guys destroy whatever it is that they're going to destroy. So, at this time, I would like to thank Jerry, who is my primary nurse out of Overton Brooks VA, Shreveport, Louisiana. And then I'd like to thank Eric Butler, who works for Wellsprings. That's information you might want to write down if you've seen this video. Wellsprings.com or .net or .us. It doesn't matter. If you just Google it, Wellsprings, it'll come up. My guy is out of Monroe, Louisiana. Eric Butler is a wonderful, wonderful man, ex-military, Marine, and my time of need, he came to my aid and helped me pay some bills on my rent when I couldn't afford it, and helped me get back on my feet. So I am on the comeback trail, and as soon as I get well, I'm going back to work, like I know a lot of you folks out there want to do. Stores and vendors that suck and the ones that we like. I like Lowe's. I know a lot of you guys go to Home Depot. The difference is Lowe's will give you 20% off if you walk in there and buy a refrigerator, a washer dryer, a dishwasher. They'll take 20% off the bulk amount. Home Depot could care less. They don't care if you're a veteran. They don't give discounts. Walmart doesn't give discounts to veterans. In fact, they don't do anything for veterans whatsoever. Now, that being said, Sam's Club, you can go to Sam's Club and get a premium account as a veteran. All you have to have is your VA ID. And they give you lots of special stuff that most folks don't get. So, Walmart, no. Sam's Plus, great. If you would, subscribe to our YouTube page, give us a like or a don't like, and feel free to drop a comment. So we look forward to this growing and becoming a better venue to help veterans and veteran spouses to kind of circumvent all the BS that we're being fed by the VA and the government, and it's basically for veterans who have had to deal with the VA, on a monthly, yearly, myself 3.5 years basis, and share your story. I recommend when you go to the VA, take a pad and pen, write down names and positions, and make formal complaints. You can also send in, hey, my doctor is a wonderful doctor, so is my nurse. So it's all based on individuals. So please subscribe or follow. We'd appreciate it if you'd leave a comment. Also, in closing, I want to get some of you guys off to the right foot. Most of my veteran buddies no longer have access after 16 years to their VA records, or their, well, not the VA records, sorry, to their naval records, which you'll need. Most of these venues like Wellsprings, you're going to need a copy of your DD-214 previous year, and you're going to need your tax form from the previous year. So if you go to the Department of the Navy, Naval Personnel Command, and or you can look them up, you can Google them, and their number's there. They don't make you wait. There's always someone to answer the phone almost immediately. And you give them your basic information, and they will send you every document that is related to your military service. And that's all you need to get all these venues to help you. Tax return, DD-214, I'm sorry. So, I hope to see you next week, and if you like our progress and website and have suggestions, comments, snide remarks, please feel free to leave them. It's an open venue. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. Everybody has a different opinion. I'm just here to mediate and maybe sell a book or two. So, Thank you guys. God bless you. If you're overseas, God bless you and your family. Be safe. We'll see you next week.